Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Doc and Queenie Facebook Live. Good afternoon, Queenie.
Good afternoon, Doc. It's Monday and high noon. I love this time of day.
It's your favorite day of the week.
I know. It really seriously is. I've had so much fun already today. It's like, oh my gosh. And meeting new people is always a blast, and being in new groups and things like that. There's so much to do, and it is just so fun, as I said, to meet new friends and things like that. So I love it.
Have you traveled across the country, or were you across the world today?
This morning, I actually got to travel across the world, which was fun.
Cool.
I was with a lady in Norway, and that was a blast. And then another gentleman in UK. So I got to do the posting party for the worldwidechamber.com, and we get people from across the globe on that one, and that's always fun. So,
Cool.
what about you? Where have you traveled? I bet you've traveled in person, haven't you?
I traveled to my acre garden.
Oh my
Takes
gosh.
me about 10 minutes to get there,
Oh my gosh.
and
Okay.
it's hot out.
Yeah.
I was there at 8 o'clock this morning, which was actually a little bit later than I normally go because I like to try and get there as soon as I can once I'm up.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm maintaining and nurturing everybody. We've got some watermelons starting to happen, and pumpkins and beans and tomatoes, and let's see what else. I picked some basil, um, potatoes. Yeah, so there's a lot going on.
Wow. And see how fun that is also when you mentioned about the potatoes. Are those from that potato tower that you were doing?
Yes, I wish I could figure out how to do my background. I'd show you a picture, but I can't. So I'll have to
Okay.
post some.
And yes, and please do definitely post it in the comment section of our video on Doc and Queenie. But that's why I was wondering, because those potatoes that you put on your Instagram page were amazing.
Yes, those were from the potato tower. They weren't really big, but we got potatoes. I It's a blessing to be able to get it. So
Absolutely. And especially as many potato towers as you did, I would think that you're going to have lots of harvest on that one.
yes, I harvested the small tower, which is smaller. I want to say we only put in 80 potato seeds. So I haven't counted the potatoes yet, but I'm sure we at least have 80 that we pulled from there. And then the bigger one is probably twice as big.
Oh my goodness.
So
Okay, well, that does sound extreme, actually. So that's why I thought, my heavens. And then a watermelon and pumpkins and all of that just sounds fascinating. And it's so hard to imagine. And please think about this from a miracle from God kind of standpoint. It starts out as a teensy little seed and literally turns into these ginormous fruits and veggies that you have. It's forever a miracle in my brain.
it is. It is truly a miracle. It
Uh-huh.
really is. Right now, I call them Big Macs pumpkins. I probably talked about it before. They're supposed to be a minimum of 100 pounds a piece. So I've
Oh
grown
my
pumpkins.
goodness.
Yeah. So I've grown pumpkins. My largest was 55 pounds. And I thought after I had grown that, I grew that in my backyard, and I thought, well, I'm going to put it out on the front porch. So I rolled it all the way to the front porch, and I had one of my kids help me pick it up because
Oh,
it
I
was
was going to
a
say
lot.
that would need a
Huge.
forklift.
Yeah, it was huge. So these are supposed to be even bigger. Um, and so I've been babying 12 plants. There have been a little critters chewing on them, and I actually was taking care of those today. So, but they have just tiny little buds right now that are starting to form into pumpkins. So I'm excited.
Oh, I bet you are. I really do, though. I think that sounds so awesome. And especially with all the videos and things that you do. And then, of course, we have to talk about when you did a Instagram reel about staking off a greenhouse. You're killing me, sister. What is that about?
Well, step one is stake the area. Yes, we're building a do-it-yourself out of old windows greenhouse. So
Oh, now
it's
I bet that's going to be awesome. I
we will
love the repurposing thing.
yeah, we will see if we're still married by the end of this one. But
Well, they always say if you can live through building a house together, you can live through anything. So,
well, we've survived wallpaper, so
oh my gosh.
no, it'll be good. It's just we actually had a few little differences yesterday with how the foundation is going to be, and we came to a conclusion, and we're getting ready to. I actually that area that's on Instagram that shows where the stakes are and all of that. I have to level it all now, and then dig
No.
down about 3-4 inches for. We're putting cinder blocks down. We're not going to. We had the option to put down a 4x4 post and set it in concrete, but that's just it's quite a feat to start with, anyways. And so we're going to put a concrete foundation and then put bolts through the concrete and then bolt everything down that way instead of digging holes. So less digging, the better.
Well, and I agree with that for sure. So the cinder block is going to be the base, or the cinder block is the corners?
Cinder blocks will be the base, and then we will set bolts in the concrete because we're going to pour concrete in the holes of the cinder block.
There we go. Okay.
Stick bolts up, and then have it's about a 2x6 treated piece of wood. We'll bolt that down, and that'll be our base plate. And then for the corners, we'll take 4x4. I'm calling them stakes. 4x4 posts, and those will be bolted down. They'll have some metal. There's like metal framing that you can bolt down. That'll be on the corners, and then we'll build it from there. So this is our biggest project. I mean, this beats finishing basements by a mile. This is going to be really interesting.
I seriously mean it though. Every time you say the things that you're coming up with, my head just goes, oh my gosh. So the purpose of a greenhouse is that you get fresh fruits and veggies all year long. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Now you'll be able to grow food for your family all the time.
Yes. Okay. Correct.
All right. So that's cool.
With the current atmosphere and the unsecure or the insecurity piece of food supply, we thought we would take some action. So, yep. So we're hoping to have it finished by I'm saying August 1st. I don't know if that's realistic, but September 1st probably at the latest. And then our next challenge is how we're going to heat it and all of that. But it'll be the roof will be made out of a corrugated type of plastic, recycled plastic, and which is just easier because it's going to be a feat in itself to build the walls with the windows because we went to the Restore, which is a great place. I mean, there's a lot of people when they get new windows in older homes. I mean, we've got several windows that are 40 inches wide and about 30 inches, 40 inches wide, about 30 inches tall. So they're pretty big windows. And so it's going to take quite a bit of framing and heavy duty work to just get those to where they won't move and et cetera, et cetera. So we decided to put the corrugated plastic as the roof, and it'll be like a lean-to roof. And then I'm going to I haven't decided, but I need a door that will have a screen for venting. And then I get to landscape around my little greenhouse after we're all done.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I really mean it. Every time you start talking about your projects, my brain just goes, OMG. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I obviously don't sit still, which I don't.
No, absolutely not. And but I love that for you. The acre garden, I would think, would be like a holy moly in itself. And then to be able to do a greenhouse in your own home, in your own land, I just think that's phenomenal. But like I say, once again, when you post the pictures of the gorgeous bounty that you harvest, doesn't that make it all feel so worth it? Because now you've got fresh, true, fabulous, know where it came from food. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah. It's a feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction and, and also what I learned to get to that point. And that's what I love to, like you, Queenie, with what you've taught people with posting parties and just networking and all that. We learn as we go along, and then we flip it and help others, help others along wherever they're at. Yeah, it's, my busy is all of this physical hard labor, watch things grow. And you're pretty busy with networking and reaching out and teaching and posting parties and et cetera too.
One of the things that you just mentioned for me is kind of a pay it forward. And
Mm-hmm.
with my Kangen water business, I teach the reps who want to learn how to share this technology with other people. And then you can kind of see how this continues to flow, because then those reps train the new people that they have brought on to train more people. And that really has been my 14 years worth as far as how this continues. The momentum continues. Everybody wants healthy water. Everybody wants water available to them all the time. What happens if the electricity goes out? We still have filtered water. And so everybody wants to know this piece, and then they pay it forward to the next generation of water lovers. And that really has been, when I have seen that perpetual motion, that has been the reward for me.
Yes. Yeah, and it's very similar like the gardening. It's the reward at the end of it, and
Yes,
you pass it on. Yeah.
absolutely. It has been the reward for sure, because I don't think we are blessed when we keep
Keep it
things
to
to
ourselves.
ourselves. Nuh-uh. And
Or have the greed to want to make money, and that's all it is.
absolutely, no, my gosh. And that, for
Yeah.
me, that is not the motivation. The motivation is to be able to tell the masses about this technology so they too can have healthy water for their families. And it has to have that as the lead piece, I guess you would say, because I see people, and you can kind of tell when their motivation is money only, they don't succeed. And if they do succeed, it's not only short lived, but it's shallow, which means that they don't have everlasting connections. They have maybe short term wealth, which is lovely, I guess, but I would rather have the relationship piece personally.
Right. Right. And like you said, in these times, both of us, what we do, well, and I'm also in your water family, so I can jump on that. But I mean, water and food, that's the biggie right now. And um, it's fantastic that the machine will still
Yes.
filter water,
Yes.
because that's important. And
Yep.
then, if they come to me, I can teach you how to grow things. I mean, it's yeah, food and water. It's very important.
Well, and look at the videos that you've done with the water machine when you have rinsed or soaked any of your pickings, your harvest, in the water. The 11.5 strong alkaline water, that has been even an eye opener for me, because I know you grow your items in almost a protected environment as much as you can protect when it's out in the air, in the wild,
Right.
so to speak. And there's still stuff that comes off of it.
Yes.
And so that's been an eye opener for me, because obviously my stuff, I buy organic, of course, but I buy it from a commercial, like a retail store. And so you kind of don't know where that came from. Even if there's a label on the bag, you don't still kind of know what has been the transport, if they soak it in anything just to keep it fresh, and actually where yours comes from, and you still get stuff off of your
Oh
item.
gosh. Well, and I think I was mentioning to somebody the other day. I'm out in the country, not very far out from our town, and across the street, when I was going to the acre to go water, there was this big semi truck full of, I don't know what kind of chemical. I'm thinking it was fertilizer, but I'm not sure.
Oh
And those
gosh.
the big tractors where we could drive our cars under them, they're so tall.
Mhm.
It had I'm great. It had its thingies out. It had its little wings out, and it was spraying, and the wind was blowing in my direction.
Oh my gosh.
And my thought for myself was like, if I smell anything, I'm leaving, because I don't want to smell this stuff. I could
Oh,
not smell anything, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there wasn't anything in the air, and that it's transferred to our garden, because we've been trying everything natural.
And plus,
So
you talk about runoff. All of a sudden, it rains. If there's even the slightest slope on a hill, the crud that they just sprayed in that other land leaks down into your stuff. Now,
yep.
You can't have total protection from what I have seen, but it sounds like you're going to have a good handle with a greenhouse, because then
Yes.
everything's enclosed. So you really aren't going to have the ick that you might have just out in your garden beds.
Yeah, you can control the environment, and then I'm a big proponent of heirloom seeds, which basically means you can take the seeds from a plant and replant it, and A, it will grow, and B, you will have an exact copy of what you had before, and C, an heirloom has been passed down for a minimum of 50 years from generation to generation. So it's kind of, it's kind of cool to go, this seed came from, Sandusky, Ohio, and from the 1820s. I mean, it's just really cool how that works. So, yeah. So
Wow,
what else?
I can't wait to see your reels. Since this is a surprise, as in new to me, what is the next step after staking?
Oh, for the greenhouse. Yeah. You flipped on me there and I missed the cue.
Okay.
After staking, then I have to level the ground. I'm going to level the ground, and then I'm going to cut out the actual square for the foundation.
Okay. All right.
So
That's why I wanted to know the steps. The
yeah.
staking is one, the leveling off of the ground is two, and then we'll hang on until we know step three.
Digging is three, and that'll be fun because the ground is rock solid and we've got cracks because it's been so dry.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to water. I'm going to have to water.
Isn't that it is amazing how dry it is in Kansas City. For those of you in other parts of the world, I was with a girl just now in Florida, and she said they got a tsunami almost on Saturday. Well, they had been dry for so long. This was a big surprise. And then, of course, the third world problems. Her next problem is the pool overflowed. So you go from watering your lawn every single day, which is not legal actually, but she had to because she couldn't lose her lawn. And so then you get a deluge, and now the pool overflows. So it's amazing the issues that we deal with even in this environment. And water is such a huge commodity. And when I see posts about that, I'm always like, yeah, water is a huge commodity, and healthy water takes it one step further.
Exactly. Because anybody that's interested, you have your once a month, you call it your water workshop, where you just break it all apart. And, I always remember and tell people, it's great to have the convenience of a water bottle, a plastic water bottle, but look at where it's coming from. So it's usually municipality water, which means there's nothing special about it. And even if it's from a spring from some far off place, it's sitting in plastic. And just because it says BPA free doesn't mean that there isn't plastic particulates. I love that word. That's coming off of it, that is floating in your water that you're ingesting. So
the education piece is a biggie for me. And like I said before, the pay it forward. Once you bring people on that you know and love, then show them how to share this technology with people they know and love. And that really is how the family continues to grow. And it's been a 14-year experience of, oh my gosh, September 29th starts my 15th year. Not that I would know, of course, but yeah.
We'll have a water party.
Yeah.
Come over and drink your water.
Every day's a water party for me, that's for sure. But that is 15 years. I mean, seriously. And Enagic Kangen water has been around for 48 years this month, actually. And the people that are finding out about this technology, and quite frankly, I attribute a lot of that to all these posting parties and all this networking I'm doing virtually now. It's phenomenal to see the light bulb come on. And the first thing most people say is, why did I wait so long?
Yep. It's an investment in your future. Let people get massages, people get, I don't know, chiropractic. This kind of goes along. It may look like a very large number on the front end of it, but it's worth it. It's worth it from day one.
Oh, absolutely.
From day one.
The company offers financing, which helps a lot of people too. And there's a monthly fee if you go through the financing piece. And it's amazing how quick the 12, 16, 24 months goes, because all of a sudden, boom, your machine's paid off, and you've gotten to have the benefit and the blessing of the water all that time, even though it hasn't been paid for yet. And so I think it's a cool system, and I'm super, super thrilled and blessed beyond measure to be part of the Enagic family. I love what this company has done for globally. I mean, we're in 23 countries. And you know what, Doc, since I'm such a giver, I offered to travel to all the different countries to do the trainings. Isn't that nice?
Well, and I offered to help carry your bag, so I'll
I
have to make
know,
sure that
see?
you're okay.
I know. I think we're just givers.
But make sure you have your global entry so we can get in and out of the countries quickly.
That's right. No kidding.
I just
I
learned
know.
that one
Yeah.
about a year ago, or actually a couple of years ago. Um,
Yeah.
So, Queenie,
Yeah.
to flip to business, is there
Okay.
anything that is sticking out lately that you have noticed patterns in your networking with people that you could, give a little advice on, or throw out a thought, or ask a question about?
Well, for me, I am still finding swoopers. And that breaks my heart. And for those of you watching who haven't read my third book yet, I did a whole chapter on swoopers because a swooper, you swoop in, barf your business, and hit the road, never to be seen again, and expect to do business with the people you swooped on. And that always surprises me because I don't want to just be a number in your company.
Right.
And I mean, I just don't. I don't want to be a number in your company. I want to have somebody to call. How do I this? Where do I that? What do I something? This product I just bought needs of this. What do I do for that? And it's always amazing to me that there are still swoopers out there. And it breaks my heart because for me, it's definitely relationships. And I want to see the people again, at least virtually. Not all my clients have been local all these 14 years, but the ones that are local, we can still Zoom or go for coffee or whatever that looks like. And I'm still seeing swoopers. And that breaks my heart. What have you noticed, Doc? I know you've been doing some in-person one-on-ones actually.
Yes, I've been doing that, but I've also, to kind of bounce off of your swooping piece, I've had, and it looks a little different, but it is kind of a swooping. Actually, this morning, I had a gentleman that is on my second tier connection tier on LinkedIn, and I a lot of times will look and see who they know, and if that the first level is somebody I trust, then I'll let them in. Well, this was a couple of months ago, and he threw out I want to say he's financial or something. I don't even remember. It shows you how much I paid attention. But it was a sales pitch. So I just kind of ignored it. Well, this morning he said, and his target is small bill. Oh, I know what it was. Health insurance. Thank you. I just remembered. This morning he's like, if health insurance isn't a good fit or for your company, blah, blah, blah. If you know of anybody, could you let me know? And I decided to respond to see if he would actually respond back. And I said, thank you for reaching out. And I will see if there's anybody I know that might be interested, and I'll send them your way. I didn't get a response yet. But I thought that was kind of interesting. I've had people, especially on LinkedIn, just say, hey, I want to meet. I don't know them, from whomever. And they turn out to be swoopers, unfortunately. Instead of, the commonality, we're on LinkedIn. That's about as far as it goes. Sometimes, there are gardeners out there, so that's a commonality, but yeah, it doesn't go past that. And like you, I know we've talked about this. I can spot it within like a minute.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But then, I feel that then you get people that are just, it's worth it. They make up for all of the swoopers. There's some fantastic people that we've met out there that, and you and I have talked about, we have friendships all over the country, and there's still a lot of people we've never met in person. We met a few in person a couple of weeks ago. I think it was weeks. It feels like weeks, but it probably was at the rate everything was going.
Yeah.
But, and it's because we've been building relationships for, the past 2-3 years of all of this fun. Yeah. And there's one gal actually that we both love that's up in Wisconsin. And one of these days we're going to get to see her. So yeah, as far as swoopers, they're still out there. It looks slightly different on LinkedIn. And that's what I've kind of been noticing too.
Now, isn't it an interesting thing, honestly, when you think about, I don't want to make your head explode, but I'm kind of a dates person.
Yes.
When do you think our luncheon with Delinda Lane and the Fun Fearless Female Global Community of Christian Women was that we got to meet in person in Kansas City?
I'm thinking it was in June, but I'm not 100% on that. Was it June
Okay,
15th?
May
I'm guessing
17th.
May 17th.
Now,
Wow.
can you believe how fast the time goes? Now, praise God, it goes fast, because can you imagine having this Groundhog Year continue 2 and 3 and 4 years again? But when we're doing the Brady Bunch screens and all of that stuff, it's like, oh my gosh. So May 17th, we got to have the luncheon with Delinda at Silo Farmhouse, which was super fun to meet the girls in person.
Yes.
And do you know, Doc, what is happening 3 weeks from today?
3 weeks today. Does it have something to do with you and I?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I better know or I'm in trouble. Well, I think it is our 2nd-year anniversary of Doc and Queenie.
Absolutely. Doc and Queenie Day is August 1st this year, 2022. And we are super duper excited to have all of you join us right here on StreamYard. We're going to be using this platform so that you can chat with us back and forth. And it really is going to be just amazing. First of all, how fast 2 years has gone. Are you kidding me? That's number one. But I think about the community that we've built, and the fact that so many of the people in our community are actually chatting back and forth with each other now, and they hadn't necessarily met before. So
Yes.
being able to have Zoom and StreamYard and bingo parties and Bible trivia and all the things that we've been able to do for 2 years, it's been super fun to bring people from everywhere together. And just like you were mentioning, Jody, in Wisconsin, Menominee, Wisconsin sounds like a zillion miles away, but on Zoom, it's a click.
Yep.
And it's super fun to be able to connect people from everywhere. I love this. But 2 years, Doc and Queenie Day, August 1st, 2022. I'm super duper excited to have that date come up so fast.
It's crazy. Well, and for those of our viewers that don't know how it got started, would you mind giving a little background on how Doc and Queenie started?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, obviously the doc part is our fantastic doc is a naturopath. And so that was a perfect fit for me with my Kangen water business. And I have been the queen of networking and queen of water and all those things for a lot of years, just because I love what I do. And so Doc always called me Queenie, and I always called her Doc even before her degree happened. And so it's been the Doc and Queenie thing all that way. And so all of a sudden, during the pandemic, as in the shutdown piece, we were finding that a lot of our networking friends did not have a what do you call it, even a jumping off point from a standpoint of camaraderie, fellowship, community, all of those things. And
it was tense. It was tense and stressed.
Very tense. It really,
Yeah.
you are so right. It was tense. And so we thought, what if we could lighten everybody's load a bit by offering some girl chat with a faith twist? And that's how Doc and Queenie and this platform was born.
Yep. And it's been memorable.
Oh my gosh. And think about
we've had a lot of
the people that have popped on, and one friend tells another, and then we've got people on the Facebook Live thing. And it's just, it really has been so wonderful to be able to connect people, because when they chat back and forth in the comment section, then they go, hey, I haven't met you yet. And we get to watch this interaction. I think it's been amazing.
Do you remember how we got our intro when we, hey, everybody, welcome to Doc and Queenie Facebook Live at? Do you remember how we got that? I just, you have the numbers and I have the unique memories.
Yes.
We were sitting at the table trying to figure out how we were going to do this. And when we decided high noon, and I think we were actually fooling around with a few, I don't remember if we did it live or if we recorded it.
Oh my gosh, we were on the patio.
Yes.
Oh, we were.
You did.
You are so right.
It made me laugh. So of course I keep doing that to you to make you, because I'm an alto and you're not.
Yeah, I don't have a key. Let's go there. Isn't that a trip? That is right. We did intro videos on my patio, and that is, my goodness, you do have a great memory.
Well, just don't ask me what I did 5 minutes ago.
Oh, I'm sure you were gardening somewhere, my friend.
I guess I probably was too.
Yeah. But that is exactly right. And it's one of those kind of things when you feel led, and just like you said, everyone during the pandemic lockdown, COVID stuff and the masking and all those things, when people were tense, that's a perfect word for it. The Girl Chat with a Faith Twist did seem to be a common bond opportunity. So even when we did the bingo parties and things like that during the lockdown, because there was nothing to do,
Right.
it did seem to lighten people's loads.
Yes, I had the best garden ever. That was about the only benefit out of that, that and Doc and Queenie.
Yes, yes, you didn't get to go see your clients and all those conferences that you do. So yeah, that was probably a little break, but short-lived, holy moly, but
Yeah.
still
Oh,
a bit of a
well,
break.
it seems like it was forever ago, and not that I want to repeat any of it or any of the stuff that we've all gone through, but I'm super excited because we actually have a new platform that we are going to start August 1st, I'm thinking, or are we starting it August 8th?
That's 1,000,000% up to you. You want a preview?
Yeah, let's give everybody a little preview.
All right, let me see if I can figure out how to do this on. Okay, good.
Nothing Queenie yet. I know.
Yeah.
See, that's why we keep Queenie in there, because I'd scare everybody away on that one.
Seriously. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yep, there we go. Share screen. I can do that. And we go to Chrome tab. I can do that.
I'll cross my fingers. That'll
I
help,
know.
right?
And I can do that. Boom. There we go.
Ooh, cool. There it is. There's
Yeah.
the spin for our topic matter.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely. And when it comes to Doc or to Queenie, that when it comes to Doc or to Queenie, that will give us an opportunity to talk about whatever is on our mind or our heart from a standpoint of sharing with our community. So there's branding on here, posting parties, Instagram, event photos, YouTube, and then certainly the Doc and Queenie. If any of you have any suggestions as far as what you would like to talk about, we are super duper able and willing to do that piece here, because so many people have said, can you help us with this, or can you fix my something? And the answer from both of us is always absolutely. So I think it really is a phenomenal opportunity for people to be able to see what's happening in the Doc and Queenie family, for sure.
I think so too. I think it'll be fun. So, and on those days that people will learn a lot, because you and I've been pushing buttons for a long time now.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely a good button pusher. I know. Don't be afraid. You can't break anything. Give it a try.
Keeps landing on your name. Oh, there we
Let's
go.
see.
Oh.
Okay, there we get to talk about branding, and think about honestly, Doc. Okay, think about the branding piece with what you have taught us for Kitchen Garden Expert. Okay, think about that piece right there, because now it is phenomenal when someone says Kitchen Garden Expert, they go to Instagram, they go and type it in on LinkedIn, and they certainly find you all over Facebook. Now they've got an opportunity not only to learn from you, to see what you're up to, if they can keep up, or certainly to learn how to do some of the steps that you teach us. I think the branding piece is huge.
Well, and you've taught that in your networking circles for many a years, and it's been fun to learn that, and think through it. Like you run across people that, oh, I do a podcast. What's the name of it? It's Sally's, I don't know, Sally's barbecue sauce channel. Okay, what do you do for a living? I knit. I'm trying to come up with. I knit socks.
Right.
Okay, so what does Sally's podcast have to do with knitting socks? It's that kind of thing. You have to have that
If it's fragmented and disconnected, for me, it's confusing. And it has to be the whole umbrella picture. And then it has to be each segment. We all have multiple things that we do, probably, hopefully.
Yes.
And so it can't be. And I think about this also. People were talking about, I need a YouTube channel for this and a YouTube channel for that and a YouTube channel for something else. And my brain exploded because
that's a lot of work.
Oh my gosh, I have been working so hard to get my first 100 subscribers so I could claim my URL. Now I'm working on my first 1,000 subscribers so that I can monetize my channel. I put my books, each individual, on a playlist, my networking groups, my interviews. By the way, thank you to Allison Hudspeth. Oh my gosh. Influence KC, she interviewed me a couple weeks ago and she posted it last week. She is so forward thinking, and she's a young person and she's local to Kansas City market, but she's got a global mentality that she kind of feels the world as she's speaking. If you haven't seen it yet, it's not all about me, but Allison Hudspeth is Influence KC, and this girl is going to be a force to be reckoned with as her skills continue. She's doing so fantastic. That's but awesome. Each of those things I put in a different playlist. If I had all those separate channels, Doc, I would still be trying to get my 100 subscribers on each one of them. Plus, I wouldn't want the name to not be Kathy Weaver KC. I wouldn't be able to pick names to claim my URL. That would have killed me.
I think of that when we look at our YouTube channels, because we have playlists, which is each different topic. But yeah, I think about all of the different, for both of us. You've got your books, you've got your Wednesday chat, you've got your Kathy chat, you've got Doc and Queenie, and then I've got Doc and Queenie, I've got all these different gardening things. It would just be insane. That, in addition to keeping up with the consistency of all of the social media pieces, because you've got not only YouTube, you're on LinkedIn, and that takes postings and polls and parties, and Instagram. I know you're not as much into Instagram as I am. For me, it's reels. I do try to do a reel every day. And so it's only 15 seconds, but I have to come up with content. I'm like, okay, so how much can I show people? They're probably getting sick and tired of my vegetable garden. I'll
speak for everybody. I want to see everything that you do because it is fascinating. And the power of the shovel and the power of the planning and all of the things that you teach us, I really do. I think it's fantastic.
Shower power. That's that shovel power. That's actually a good one.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But anyways,
the shovel.
The power of the shovel. So guess what, Queenie?
What, Doc?
It's time that we have to say goodbye because
my gosh, this goes so fast. I can't even believe it, but I am super excited for us to do the Happy Wheel.
I am too. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it'll be fun to celebrate with our faithful friends on purpose. 2 years together and just, talking about memories and fun stuff and looking at pictures and seeing how much we've changed.
Yeah, seriously. I'm excited.
So, all right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us, whether it was live or on the replay or wherever you find us, thank you. And if you would like to reach out to Kathy Weaver, Queenie, AKA Queenie, you can find her at Kathy Weaver KC on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Doc and Queenie Facebook Live page on Facebook. And I feel like I'm missing somebody.
That's okay. There's Alignable and Pinterest and TikTok everywhere.
Yeah, I knew there were a couple others, but I'm like, it's not in my routine.
Yeah.
Or you can go to our website, which is fantastic, at kathyweaverkc.com. If you'd like to reach out to me, I'm kitchengardenexpert.com. I'm on YouTube, Instagram. Where else am I? On LinkedIn. Soon to be TikTok. Soon to be as we say in my family, Pinterest. My head is messed up on that word now, so I always have to stop and think because my family has an odd sense of humor. But it's Kitchen Garden Expert. Check it out, and until next week, hopefully everyone will have a fantastic week. I know here in the Kansas City area, it's going to be in the upper 90s. We might even top 100. So take care, everyone. Have a blessed week, and we will see you right back here next Monday at
High noon.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye now.